out of there!
Read this! They say I prattle. I don't prattle. I offer my wisdom calmly and reasonably. They should have been grateful.
That'll teach them not to cross us. Let's knock some heads.
Ah, excellent. My notes on the 5 loyal retainers. You know, it would do you well to study these notes. They might come in handy someday. Let's head into the catacombs beneath these ruins to sort through what we found, away from this rabble. Come here, assistant. Let's take a better look at those documents. Let me see those papers we gathered. Ah, I see. The recollection found an altar but could go no farther. Sounds magical. There's mention of finding vials of blood, some sacred water, and a bottle of ancient wine. Yes. It seems my former allies are not doing well without me. Petrification traps, locked doors, giant living statues, that peculiar altar. Typical novice stuff. Animated stonework. Doesn't surprise me. They don't require much upkeep. But this altar, alien design, so it will need... We press on. The renowned Narcissus Dren is not deterred by mundane challenges. Let's find this altar then. The hunt is on, faithful assistant. With those notes, it's clear that the recollection is stymied by that altar. I, of course, know how to activate it. We'll need a vial of blood, some sacred water. I did say we parted ways. Surely you, as an aspiring explorer yourself, should have caught the nuance. I'm of no obligation to be forthright with the specifics of how all parties came to be here. See, I needn't explain anything to you. You're well informed. I needed bodies willing to dive into an alien ruin regardless of danger, and the recollection was available and remarkably easy to convince. I needed some willing hands, and they were eager to help. Little did I imagine that they would desire the emblem more than I. Feel free to read my notes. The hunt is on, faithful assistant. With those notes, it's clear that the recollection is stymied by that altar. I, of course, know how to activate it. We'll need a vial of blood, some sacred water, and/or wine from the things... This is a walk in the park, a stroll through the meadows. I've diced with Daedra and fled before undead hordes. There's nothing here we can't handle. Heed my sage advice, assistant, and there will be no problems at all. The hunt is on, faithful.
Lost so many to the track. Had that forewarned us about them, Givens would have never been petrified.
Let's make this quick.
that ahead? Is that one of the Recollection's own? Slender Stone?
Never a dull moment.
Isn't this nice, Assistant? You get to walk through a ruin like this with none other than myself, Narcissus Dren, as your guide. Over there. What's on that stone table?
Should have been more prepared.
I have my own theories as to why such ancient blood would be fresh. Alas, the Recollection had no interest in my musings.
Let's not head.
Allow me to enlighten you, Assistant. Keep an eye out for Daedric symbology. The aliens worship the Daedra and were destroyed by Daedra haters. You can take notes if you need to. Assistant, have I ever regaled you with my research on ancestral tombs
You
in
wanna die?
Vardenfell?
Fine.
It would only take a few hours. What is this? Assistant! Don't you have anything to say about getting me caught up in this noxious mist? You were the one to trip the trap. Another of our recollection holes, He stepped on that crate too, I see, with more permanent results. A shame he isn't as skillful and dexterous as I.
You should have run. Of course you will.
Did you know that Wendir means journey in Alien? It could mean a journey into the afterlife, or some other destination for the ancient elves. It's amazing what you can learn from me, hmm?
Let's make this quick.
There's our altar. Note the 3 bowls. We need to put all 3 items on the altar, then anoint it with the proper liquid. Come, let's make haste in finding all of them. 3 of the loyal retainers. Stand back, Assistant. I'll speak their names and command them. Lorimara, Parhalia, Balip Palin, Jan Varla, and, hang on. I don't know that last name. No, wait!
Stay ready.
There we are.
Never know what else might be headed our way.
I'll go ahead and dust myself off a bit from the battle. Take the wine on your way out. We'll be needing that. The contents of this bottle, they've been partially used. Have they been drinking on the job? A moment, Assistant. Thanks to my dazzling intellect, I have deduced that we should anoint the altar with sacred water. Assistant, apply the sacred water. Simple. Sacred water goes on an altar. It's quite obvious. Any fool would see that. When you have been at this as long as I have, you develop a sixth sense for these things. Place all 3 items on the altar, but we will use the sacred water. If you would place all 3 items that we collected onto the... And now, anoint the altar with the sacred water. With this, our way is opened. Excellent! Wait, nothing is happening. Is it broken? Do I have a broken altar? Surely... That didn't work. Assistant, try another off. That did it! Just as I predicted. A tribute to the wine shared between the retainers upon their arrival. Good job following my instructions, Assistant. I'll make an explorer of you yet. I'm going on ahead. Onward to discovery. And here we are, the emblem. But it is sealed away by magic. Surely these tiles, pressed in correct sequence, will remove the warding spells on it.
Counter this. Who's next?
And here we are. The emblem! But it is sealed away by magic. Surely these tiles, pressed in correct sequence, will remove the warding spells on it. That carving looks important. It is some form of epitaph to the 5 loyal retainers. I'd venture it's crucial to releasing the But of course, you'd be a fool to think that a treasure hunter as respectable as myself would have no experience with a simple tile puzzle. Were I to put my vast expertise to use here, I'd venture that the solution to releasing that barrier lies in this epitaph. I could, but let's think of this as a teachable moment. A final examination, so to speak. You should work this one out on your own. I'll be here. Narcissus Dren is no stranger to a puzzle, but can his assistant exhibit the same prowess? Let's wait and see. Go on now, read that epitaph. Give it your all. I'll be here for the point at which you undoubtedly will need my consult. Allow me to advise. Read the epitaph very clearly. The wine we found earlier leads me to believe this place hosted a gathering of the 5 loyal retainers. A final toast, perhaps, using the finest drink. Given my professional expertise in solving puzzles, I'd venture that the path you take to cross these tiles is related to this nearby epitaph. The tale goes that the 5 loyal retainers traveled from afar to get here. Exactly. Perhaps that indicates the distance and direction to be moved. Regardless, I entrust this solution to you. I'll be here detailing the epitaph and these tiles from my notes. This place is in a disarray. Do you think we could excavate one of these tiles? No. Narcissus Dren does not loot. Let me instead commit. They were the devoted servants of King Dinar, gathered from the 4 corners of Mundus to guard the emblem of their king. Lor Emaro, Parhalia, Barlepalin, and Yondvarla. Each a legend among the Aliads in their own right. The 5th retainer was a need, unnamed in the chronicles. They sealed these ruins to protect the emblem. The 5 loyal retainers should be dead after all these years, but with powerful magic. This place is in a disarray. Do you think No! Not that way. Please, concentrate. Is now clear, and the emblem of the last king calls to me. Come! Look at it. It's marvelous. Floating there, just waiting to be taken. Any final... Now, assistant, we have found the emblem of the last king. Step aside, assistant. The great and wise Narcissus Dren will now seize the emblem. I intend to present it to my assistant Elfbeta at her southern camp. Yes. Fool of an assistant! Do not disturb me, or I'll have you demoted to a footnote in my next book. You stumbled through the emblem at last. I've bested those recollection fools. No! A trap! It's that petrification gas! Take the emblem to Elfbeta! I...
better than us? Nobody. Good eye. Staying on top of repairs. I like it.
I was beginning. My dear Narcissus is always overflowing with tales of his discoveries. I find myself impatient, waiting. Ah, the emblem! Excellent. And Narcissus? Oh, he'll be along soon, I expect. My dear Narcissus is all... I need to take my leave shortly. Narcissus should turn up any time now. Perhaps I should go looking for him. Oh dear. Should I wait here? Should we go after him? I don't want him to think I believe he needs cause. Ever the thoughtful scholar, my Narcissus. Very well, I shall do as you say. Is there anything else I may do? I need to take my leave shortly. Narcissus should turn up any time now. Is he not masterful? I understand. Sometimes he... I need to take my leave shortly.
You could craft something nice with that. Let's ride. Useful. Hold on to that.
What would come? Fancy meeting you here, friend. I hope you're not here for the auction at the Valente Vineyards. I'm certain the event bodes ill, but I'm reluctant to enter that nest of vipers alone. Would you be willing to join me? It isn't just any auction. It's run by and for vampires. Being a vampire myself, I can't help but wonder why Lord Gallio Valente, vineyard owner and vampire coven leader, wants to sell wine to other vampires. Not exactly. I was hunting a violent vampire gang called the Terrors when I found an invitation to the auction. Inviting vampires to such an event is strange enough, but offering this Vesper Valente vintage? That has me concerned.
We've had our differences, but when have you ever known me to be wrong?
Yes. Yes, I suppose that's true. A few more moments, then.
One destiny. It's very old. My spell has revealed the rifts! Destroy them!
two thrones will be joined. Circle around!
This is where I left it. Give me a moment. You'll see.
The Elder Scroll!
It's not ready. Don't touch it.
The scroll is mine! Kill them all! As you wish, Empress.
Was wrong about Clivia. Go. Find the Empress Regent.
Empress Regent, I arrived as soon as I could. How can the Imperial Legion serve your Highness?
Smash those rifts or be overwhelmed! My spell has revealed the rifts! Destroy them! but there are battles ahead. This won't end well for you, Your Majesty. Leave the scroll. Stop this!
You underestimate me, wretch. It's darkness as they know. How much can you endure? Attack the rift! Oh, perish here. Take you. Weeping skulls offers light.
You must face her before she slays us all! Through the portal. You are destined to face Clivia Tharn.
Lord Val, I have the Elder Scroll. The flame Elderverse begins. Fear That's the mortals! Run, mortal! Reduce the mortals to dust! Die! Now the playground can begin. Cannot stop Lord Bolt. Weald! Kill them! Run for your lives! Kill them! My life will feast on your flesh! Be gone!
Waited as long as I could before opening this portal. The scroll said I'd be skewered if... Never mind. I'll take this. Follow me! I'm sorry. Tomorrow is the... It was... The scroll's not in time. It was...
Right behind you, friend.
do your trading here.
To leave possession.
An injured field hand.
This is no place to wander aimlessly. Ugliest hounds Drovir has ever seen. This one just finished checking the new grapes and was on his way to the auction when it came out of nowhere. Ripped up Drovir's leg real good. Drovir thought the request was strange too, but Lord Valente insisted, and Lady Valente specifically told Sentry Helvius to let the servants in, even if we didn't have the fancy invitations. He came back from his travels different. Even his father was concerned about the changes in his beloved son. But shortly after, just that he invited some important guests. He's been working on the new grapes for a special vintage since he returned, and he's very proud of it. Says it's going to make him even more rich. Lord Valente developed the new seeds in his alchemical laboratory under the manor. They grow thorny vines that bear a crimson grape unlike anything Drovir has ever seen before. Once the first Lord Valente's new wife, a high elf with a name too complicated for this one's Khajiit tongue. Drovir believes they met during young Galio's time away. But unusual. Well, this one does not like to talk out of turn, but Drovir hears that Lady Valente wants to be more involved in running the vineyard, but Lord Valente refuses to include her.
Let's look more closely at those grapes. The scent wafting off those grapes. It's tantalizing. It appears the grapes did not agree with this death hound.
You know what that's good for? Ah, you'll figure it out.
Just as Count Ferrandis taught me, there is always something to learn if you simply pay attention. The field hand was attacked by a death hound, a sure indication of vampiric activity. And he provided a wealth of information. So you were listening. Good. The field hand described Galio as different when he returned. He developed a new grape to make him richer and more powerful, and he recently married a high elf, but the marriage already seems troubled. The grapes were developed using alchemy. They've been infused with blood, and I find the aroma tantalizing. But I dare not try one. Look what consuming the grapes did to the Death Hound. The field hand assumed you were a guest of the auction, and the invitation did say to bring my most favored mortal servant. If anyone asks, you're the blood servant of Master Bob. The invitation indicates we're to head to the walled garden just east of the manor. I suppose that's where they're Let's see. It promises an evening in the beautiful Colovian countryside, majestic views, new and innovative cultivation, a new vintage called Vesper Valente, the auction. Ah, yes, I could be reading into things, but in some vampire circles, Flask is used as a crude term to refer to a blood servant. Someone who willingly lets vampires... Indeed. Though the vampire I acquired this invitation from wasn't the sort to rely on blood servants. He was extremely cruel. Preferred the thrill of the hunt and drank to kill. This event becomes stranger the more I try to make sense of it.